called it Historical Night because we have all three newspaper representatives here, and so we're going to, we hope this starts everything off just the right way to go tonight. And I would like to introduce Corey Clemenson from the Wolf Creek Golf Course.
Thank you, Karen. I want to first of all, again, on behalf of Wolf Creek Golf Club, the Mesquite Press, Mesquite Local News, Desert Valley Times, and Mesquite Citizen Journal, want to welcome everyone here to Historic Night. From my understanding, and there's a few that have been here longer than I have, that this has never happened before where we have all three newspapers, we have our all-stars all in one room to ask the candidates, and we have some wonderful candidates here tonight, and I'll let Karen do the introductions there. But before we begin, in talking with the press and amongst our executive team at Wolf Creek, I thought it would be appropriate, or we all thought it would be appropriate, to recognize the folks that ran that didn't get a chance to make it to the next phase of the process, because it takes a lot of effort, time, and money in some cases to campaign and put yourself out there. And you know, Mesquite's a small town, and a lot of us are friends, and when we compete politically, sometimes, you know, competitive juices flow, but when it's over, hopefully we can all shake hands, because we're all class acts here. So I want to take a moment, and first of all, thank again the candidates, and I wanted to introduce and recognize them and have them come up. Wolf Creek, we have a gift bag for each one of you, a certificate at our wonderful new restaurant. Hopefully everyone's liking our new chef and the wonderful food and our drink specials.
Thank you.
Love it. And we have some other things in there too, a hat and some other fun stuff, and Danielle's chocolates and some wonderful things for the community. So if you are here tonight, and I'd like at the end of this for us to give a warm round of applause to everyone who participated, because it is a tremendous effort that they put forward in even attempting to run, and I think that's great. So Yoli Bell, if you're here, could you please come up? If you're here, Yoli. If you're not, let's give her a round of applause. That's okay. Chuck Kruder, if you're here, could you please come forward? Thank you. John Williams, if you are here. Great to have you. Bunny Weissman, if you're in the audience, would you please come forward? And if not, Bunny's not here. Okay, let's give a round of applause. Okay. And Adam Katzar, is he here? Adam? Okay, come on. Thank you. Once again, to our folks that took their time, dedication away from their families, thank you again for being a part of the process, and from the community in Wolf Creek and all the golf courses, all the businesses. I'm not leaving anyone else out, hopefully, but thank you. Thank you again.
Before I introduce the candidates in the press, I would like to congratulate Al Littman for being the automatic nominee or automatic candidate or an automatic. All right, I'd like to introduce our press, and this is Kent. I was going to say Clark. Is that terrible? Kent Harper. Sorry. From the Mesquite Local. And Barbara Elstead from the Mesquite Journal, and Bob Chancellor from the DVT. And then on the other side over here we have the candidates, and I'm going to start at the far end and come down since that's in alphabetical order. We have Cindy Delaney, we have Rich Green, sorry, Sandy Remaker, and Gina Withelder. Each one one of the press and each one of the candidates have been given the rules of regulations, what we're going to be doing here. The one thing we're going to ask is that there are no comments and no applause from the audience. We'd like to have no disturbances. This takes away from the candidates letting you know what's going on. So we'd appreciate it if you all would wait until it's over with, and then you can talk to the candidates and say what you want and applause at that time. We will begin with the first question, and the very first question that comes out was given to me, and so I'm going to ask the very first question of the candidates. And each one of you, we'll start with Cindy, work down to Gino, and each one of you get to say what you would like. It's from the golf course community, and they want to know, do you feel that increasing taxes on golf courses in Mesquite by way of raising inflow and irrigation water rates, is beneficial to Mesquite's economy, and is this something you would support?
No. You want me to expound on that? No, because we depend on the golf courses to bring in tourism. People come here specifically to golf. If golf courses can't afford to water their grass, and with the affluent water, and you guys know what that is, right? Okay. So what else are we going to do with it? Nobody wants to buy it. You can't give it away. We'd have to pay somebody to take it and haul it away. So by the fact that they're using it, we're actually saving the city some money, and we're having wonderful green, lush golf courses that attract tourism to our city. So no, I don't think we should raise the rates on those.
Yeah, my comments will be the same. I believe that golf is very important to our area. It links into gaming, it links into a number of other things, so I don't believe there's any reason that we should try to push up the rates and push up their operating expenses, which then either squeezes their bottom line or pushes up the rates they must charge the people that play.
I too say no, and for some of the same reasons. You know, golf is one of our biggest industries here. It is tourism, but it also helps the people that live here year-round. And as far as the watering, would you really want the grounds around you to be brown? What would that do for your home values? So I'm all for what we're doing. I'm glad that they're here, and I wouldn't change a thing.
Well, I guess it's going to be unanimous. As an avid golfer, I certainly wouldn't want to see taxes go up. I don't want to see the rates change. I think the rates have been established at about 21 cents a thousand for some time. Is that right, Corey? 22?
On one side, and then on the shares are on the irrigation side.
Yeah, but those rates have been established for some time, and I believe anything we do to be an economic hindrance is certainly not going to be beneficial to the city. So therefore, I would say no, thank you.
All right, thank you. The rules are stating where the press will ask a question. They have 1 minute to express state their question. And then I will draw a name out of my fishbowl, and that will be the candidate that each one will get to ask a question to. So they won't be asking the same questions per se. Okay, we're going to start down at the far end with Ken. He gets to ask the first question to Cindy Delaney.
Cindy, do I have a mic?
I don't think so.
There it is.
Cindy, over the last few months in the newspapers and sometimes at the public meetings, there's been people that have been concerned about David Baldwick, who speaks as a private citizen, but he's also on the Mesquite regional business. They have concern that him supporting several candidates, that this is going to mean that he will have influence upon the candidates if they're elected in some way. How do you answer those worries?
Well, you guys are giving me easy questions. The answer is no. In the first place, I don't know to what end his influence would be, but he simply is buying my advertising on the cheapest newspaper in town. Sorry, Barb.
Tell him that.
Anyway, and he does that by his choice. He feels that I am one of the most business-friendly candidates. I feel that I'm one of the most business-friendly candidates. And I don't think that would have any more any more influence over me than the fact that Corey and those guys gave Sandy $1,000. He hasn't even spent that much on me. So why are we not worried about that? I haven't heard that brought up, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that, you know, so he bought me some advertising. And so no, there would be no influence.
Barbara will be the next one, and she will be asking a question to, or is asking a question to Gino Whitfelder.
Gino, budget hearings are coming up in the next couple weeks, along with union negotiations for a new employee contract. Are you in favor of a pay raise for city employees? And if so, name a ballpark figure. Or are you in favor of holding the line on employee salaries?
Well, speaking as a city employee of sorts, you know, I think we have to go into a price freeze at the moment, or a wage freeze at the moment, because there just is not enough discretionary dollars out there to pass on to the hardworking young folks that work for our city, without a doubt. And several years ago, when the new council came in, everybody took a pay cut, well, with the exception of myself and Carl Gustavson, who were grandfathered in at that rate, but anybody that's coming in again will go back to the current rate that Mr. Littman and Hafen and Rapson are currently at that level. So we all took hits, and I think if you're going to classify us as employees or wards of the city, then we have to be treated like everybody else, and everybody's going to be treated like us. Thank you.
Now, just to clarify, when you say everyone took a pay cut, that was just the elected officials?
The elected officials, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, it wasn't the hourly or the frontline employees, it was the elected officials, yes.
Okay, thank you.